Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Pardon the absolutely terrible barney I have just woke up, but I have woke up for a very good reason now. Before I talk about what I'm about to talk about, first off, Liverpool have obviously just came off a very impressive victory against Chelsea. Well, some people would debate impressive, but I was just talking about the performance as a whole, how dominant we looked when Chelsea went down to 10 men. As we know, when teams do go down to 10 men, it can sometimes actually be an advantage because it gives them like a little kick up the arse that's necessary. As for Chelsea, that didn't happen. It didn't work that way. Liverpool just absolutely slapped them in the second half. First half was a lot more close, and we got to see a new addition in Thiago Alcantara, who, as we know, played absolutely amazingly. Since stats became a thing, Thiago Alcantara completed the most passes in that second half alone in a half of football. That's unbelievable. That's world class, on top of many other things that he done in that game. But one thing he done mostly was simply just dictate the play. Forget about stats, forget about everything. Thiago shown how world class he is when he came on against Chelsea, and that's just that. And that's one already very good sign of one of our new signings. Of course, we've got Lincoln this Thursday. That could be a very good chance to see our another new signing, Diego Jota, in that game. That'd be brilliant, of course, and obviously be a good game for him to get a first goal in as well. But the reason why I bring up our new signings is because we're looking like we're probably done for this transfer window in terms of bringing in players. And if that is the case, I am absolutely okay with that. Do you want me to tell you why? Because Liverpool FC have pleased me to fuck in this transfer window. Now, the boys, there is a bit of transfer news, but it's not for this transfer window. Like I said, it is for next year, 2021. Mbappe links are coming back, of course. Since Mbappe is pretty much started football, he's been world class. You know, he's won the World Cup. He's won everything he can with PSG, except the Champions League. But to still make it to a Champions League final, a World Cup winner, everything, at the age of, 2021? Man, that's just unreal. That's just insane, and that's already just potential to be the best player in the world. You look at people like Messi, who haven't won a World Cup. You look at people like Ronaldo, who haven't won a World Cup and have still played for good countries. Don't get me wrong, France is the best, but Mbappe is one of the best players in that French team, and there's a reason why he starts when they play. And if he came to Liverpool, he absolutely would start. Now, of course, let's not get too carried away because we are only talking to Mbappe. And on top of that, we've also got the other biggest club in the world in Real Madrid, also talking up Mbappe. Now, of course, you can talk about them having the advantage to get the player with the fact they've got Zinedine Zidane as manager. You know, why wouldn't an upcoming French legend want to work under one of the biggest French legends that is in world football, in Zinedine Zidane? Someone who has got success in the Champions League, a trophy that Mbappe will for sure want to win. The question I want to ask is, do I think Liverpool can get this deal done? Of course I do. There's a lot of things coming in about the money side of things. Will we have enough? Of course, we're paying, I think we're paying 36 million towards Jota next year. So that's going out of our bank account. I think we're paying an extra 5 million for Thiago, because I think it's 5 million a year for Thiago. But for Mbappe, it's not gonna cost 20 million. It's not gonna cost 60 million. For an Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, you're spending a solid 200 million there and there about pounds. Even in the market that we're in right this second, with all the coronavirus stuff going on, Mbappe is still numero uno in terms of the price tag. And mate, it's just like, what I absolutely want to see from Liverpool is keep talking to him and go and get him if you can, because if we get Kylian Mbappe, we're getting one of the best players in the world. The intent that we have shown in getting Thiago, that would be the same exact intent if we went and got Mbappe next summer. Mbappe 2021, do I think it will happen? I don't know. Do I want it to happen? Of course I do. I have made it very vocal. If there was one dream signing I could make for Liverpool above anyone or anything else, it would 100% be Kylian Mbappe from PSG, just to what he's offered to our team, just to consider that Mo Salah is closer to the end than what he is in his younger years. Obviously, he's still in his prime, of course. But if Mbappe comes in, he can play striker, he can play on the wing, he can challenge all that front three, including Sadio Mane, to get into that team for sure. And just think the link-up play with people like Naby Keita, when he plays a few more games, the link-up play with people like Thiago. I think Kylian Mbappe would love to play in a team like Liverpool. I think he would thrive under a manager like Jurgen Klopp. I think he would thrive around the players that we have got. But the most important thing, if we want to get Mbappe, is maintain winning, maintain top club status, make it to a Champions League final again, Liverpool. Obviously, we've got to be competing for the league as it is. Go for a little FA Cup. Go for all these type of trophies. Just make sure that you're getting numbers in terms of trophies, in terms of medal. That's the most important thing. And if you keep doing that, your chances of getting Mbappe day by day just increases. Because Mbappe's going to be watching there from fucking Paris and he's going to be like, I like what they're doing over there. I want to be a part of it. And how amazing would that be if we could go and get him? Now, next summer, this is when it's being talked about. Next summer, I want it to happen. I am sure all my fellow Reds want it to happen. But I want to know, do the neutrals think that this is going to happen? Of course, we haven't had enough to make a full decision. But Mbappe has been linked with Liverpool for a couple of years. There's no reason other than the temptation of other big clubs trying to get him to why he wouldn't want to join. Why don't you want to work under a manager like Jurgen Klopp, like I've already said? Why wouldn't you want to work around players that we've got, like I've already said? Why wouldn't you want to potentially win so many Champions League trophies with the amount of Champions League trophies we've won in our history, with the fact we've won one very recently as well? But Real Madrid have won more. There's a reason why he could want to go to Madrid. Zinedine Zidane's French. He's a legend. He's probably Mbappe's fucking hero. He was on his wall growing up. He was his fucking bed sheets. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Because the way I think of it, if that was Steven Gerrard at Real Madrid and he was pimping me up, of course I'd join Liverpool because I'm a fucking Liverpool fan through and through. And I'd be like, Stevie, mate, do you remember you? Do you remember that you stayed the whole fucking career? Yeah, I'm doing the same. But the temptation would be there to go and work under Steven Gerrard, of course, especially if he was a good manager by then and he'd won 2 or 3 trophies, major honours like Zinedine Zidane has. It would be hard to turn that down. But Mbappe doesn't have that loyalty to PSG. He doesn't have that, home ground. He was from Monaco. That's where he first got noticed. And now, you've just got to think of it as he's looking for that big move and that he absolutely deserves, because he has already solidified himself as one of the best players to play in that league, League One. He is one of the best players. He's played around Neymar, he's played around Di Maria, he's played around Cavani. He's had his time in that league. He's even got to a Champions League final, which I'm not going to lie, I don't see PSG getting there again. So he is going to want to move, he is going to want a new challenge, and that's absolutely okay because he started his career at the highest level at a very young age. That's fine. Therefore, I want to see Liverpool go and get him, and I hope we fucking do. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below. Are we getting Mbappe 2021? Is it on? Is it definite? I want all your thoughts. I want everything. Who do you think he'd rather move to, Liverpool or Real Madrid? If he was to join Liverpool, what system would he fit in? Also, these are the only 2 teams talking to him right now. We don't know if Man City's going to jump in the equation or whatever, but this is what I'm saying. Let me know, do you see Mbappe staying at PSG or do you see him leaving? And if you see him leaving, where do you think he's going to go to? Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure that you are on the journey for what is going to be a very exciting season. Live match reaction against Chelsea is already out on the YouTube. If you haven't watched that, go and watch that. Live match reaction coming out for Lincoln on Thursday, and the same for the Arsenal game on Monday, so make sure that you are all tuned in for that. Anyway, thank you so much for the support. As always, it means the world. Love every single one of you, and I'll see you later. Adios, peace out.